Nice keyboard.
We just saw FaZe lose to G2, but we're going to be jumping into game any second here. So we'll get this one underway. We are going to Dust2. We'll give you a quick little rundown right here. Dust2, if you're not familiar, has had some changes, right? You're not going to get the AWP straight down through the mid doors anymore. You're going to have to drop in towards that death alley. But that's about it, really. From that comes a lot. Aggression up short. You're going to see mid pushes. We've already seen plenty of that. And lower dark plays for the CT side. And here we go. We're into the action. The T-side start here for Team Liquid as we're going to see quite a lot of utility purchased up here for this T-side. They're going to operate with 3 smokes. One of them's already lobbed out, and here's the aggression immediately. Hades up mid.
Stewie's responsible for this. He's got a Liege as well, jiggling for the info, so at least corral him back. Oh, they got the counter flash. They were ready for it. Anticipating something aggressive up mid and very early hinge smoke.
Yeah, they did that one all the way back from towards T-spawn, so that's a nice one to throw.
Yeah, very nerdy to get your pistol set up, and not only anticipating the mid push, but actually taking that space away from them. So gathered up, you can see the util. Oh, they've got boats of it. They could even do the double smoke exec into A.
Lining up something for a mid to B here, so they're going to be able to isolate over towards this B bomb site here quite nicely.
This is looking great. Liquid, well drilled. Straight out of the strat book, this one.
Oh, this is all going to be on D-Heart. You said his name. Here's his chance.
Yeah, and he's going to be exposed to tunnels if he does release that crouch key that's threatening from Liquid already into the site. He doesn't even get to pull the trigger, and Stewie is going to be tucked in tight. He'll have the entire info of the aggression towards B, but as soon as he says nothing home, eyes are going to be towards Grim. Here's it. Confirms his suspicions, and he strikes early, rotting them down. Another. Oh, and Grim just collects 3. Nothing left of these boys, only Snappy, his kit, and he won't be too much longer in the server. That's Naf to confirm it. Liquid, that was a very convincing pistol.
Beautiful round right there. You could just see the thought process and all of that. A lot of the teams that you've been noting on Dust2 here like to take that long control and then just do the standard smokes. Well, the hinge smoke, that facilitated the mid control, that got them up short, that forced the high alert over towards A, and then the mid to B, once that rotation was there, isolating D-Heart, in they go. And this is beautiful here from Grim. Right, he could hear them just charging up like a bull in a china shop up through the lower dark and smashing off multiple domes. Doesn't get easier than that. The force fire is in. Snappy into a scout and some deagles for others. And oh, they've gone through lower again. And guess what? Grim's on the other side of things one more time.
Fallen. No issue onto D-Heart. Just felt forced out of his position, but the counter is there. Snappy responds. And Grim, yeah, his responsibility is apparent. It looks like he may have made a bit of a noise there, so Spinks will be aware. Liege looking to clear it out for his squad mate, and that's a pretty good contribution. Will they be ready for Spinks? Certainly looks like Grim is. And the chance goes awry. Falling apart now at the seams. Ents just running out of players.
I really like this approach that we're seeing with that hinge smoke. Like, we've seen it on the pistol, we saw it again here. It's how they're getting through with their mid clears. And we always knew that lower dark was going to become a bit of a problem. But the way that they're dealing with this is they'll just babysit to make sure they can't push in towards the B backyard. And then they're going to take the mid control, force back off short, then take the fight towards lower tunnels and clamp on into that as a team. So this is a Team Liquid round here. You can see by the stance right now of Doto and Snappy, they're going to be trying to hold on to the Deagle and the Scout upgrade. Bomb will be going down. Stewie the only casualty here. And Naf seeing what he can rip out of the hands here of the last 2 remaining members. He takes these guns away. He's going to make it an even easier round going into round number 3.
A little bit of a throwback Galil as well from that. The OG logo on it. What's that I say? OG. Optic, not OG.
Yeah, look. We're having to go back quite a few years. Aren't we talking like 2017, 2018 for that? Yeah. Last time they were involved in Counter-Strike was a very long time ago. I think before they left CS, they had like a full Danish roster, or did they try that international one? There was a Freiburg Magisk roster.
Honestly, I think half of Counter-Strike's players have been through that organization.
All right, well, they got rid of the Scout. Doto, only man to survive this one. Deagle, Kevlar, a couple of flashbangs. Not a whole lot here to be threatening, but a nice start from Liquid. And it's not like they've had to sweat in these moments early. And the longer you can keep it like this, the better. Make sure you don't let those frustrations build and that demeanor that I was talking about creep onto the faces of the Liquid members.
Yeah, and put yourself into Liquid shoes as well. You've come into it, you don't have the advantage that Ents have, and I will present it as an advantage that you've already made your form warm. You've just played a whole stage of competition and weathered the exact same best of ones, so you're back-to-back, new opponents. That's another one. You can see, if there's no hinge smoke, you're not running tons without taking some damage.
Yeah, this is good to see, right? The evolution right in front of our screens.
Stewie, careful.
Down, mate.
Careful now, he does take a chunk. Operating at half health.
Well, they gambled over towards A here. You can see all 5 members from Ents, either in CT or up towards that A site. Another warning shot there of a Deagle. Flash is ready to help on out. Fallen taking space, and just with the P250 in hand.
Oh, Snappy's managed to connect. Some quick clicks. And looking
Under
for
pressure.
another. Liege falls as well. Snappy above and beyond, and Chad, it's falling apart.
If they just go B, they can get in, but they need to grab that bomb. There's plenty of util right now. Guns are being scavenged here, but if Team Liquid start pouncing now, they can go for this 2-on-4 situation on the B bomb site. It's possible to lock this out. Look, the numbers don't look great, but this bomb site is hard to penetrate here on the retake.
Yeah, it's a really good shot. And they've gotten it across. The util indicative of what's going on. And there won't be a kit for this either, so no fun to be had initially.
They do have flashes though, right? These flashes could really do a lot of work here, but have to get past Grim.
Yeah, and he loves these tunnels. This is his domain, and he kicks 2 out immediately. Escorts them from the premises. Hades trying to get back in. He's already told you no, mate. Oh, not bad at all. It falls to Stewie. Time-sensitive mission here. Just needs to play the time. Initially chunked. He's vulnerable to Hades, and even more so, trying to dance around. Stewie does strafe out. It's not enough time to convert it, but that does not get any better for Ents in taking all those rifles away. He started with Snappy, and he leaves with an AK.
I think both teams at the end of that are going to be happy. Ents know that it was just a bit more of a save round right there, so the damage is great, even though it looked for a moment that they could have won the round. And then the same for Liquid. Oh, it got messy, but we mopped it on up. Everybody goes down. We still get the round. It's not the end of the world, but maybe, just maybe, we need to keep things a little bit tighter here as we turn our attention to the gun rounds.
It's like a 2v5.
Yeah, it's crazy how quick that... Like, it didn't look like it was going to be a lot, right? Snappy just peers back out, gets 1, gets 2.
Came together nicely, and yeah, just with a little good coordination. Deha setting him up with that flashbang.
Okay, well, now we should be moving into the gun rounds here. This is where it's going to get a little bit spicier. We have, I think it was a tactical pause called here. You can see the lips have fallen moving there. We had so many Brazilians in representing at the major, obviously, during that challenger stage. A lot of teams, and we lost Pain, we lost Sharks, we lost Godsent. We also have Furia, but then Fallen. He's the one that the entire Brazilian Counter-Strike scene are going to be tuning in for. It almost gets out of control here, right? Stewie just having to play the clock, as you mentioned there. AK carried across is fantastic as well, but here we go. Both teams with AWPs. Stewie actually with the T-sided AWP right now, and that could be virtue of Spawn. He's going to pick towards long, Snappy into lower tunnels. Multiple fights here.
Snappy really wants to try and keep Grim honest. It's become a much more common setup on the default, is actually conceding that tons. Normally you linger in there, but yeah, more passive.
Hinge smoke again. They continue to do this. So this is a common theme here for Liquid and their approach right now with their T-sided Dust2.
It's going to be interesting to see how Hades adjusts to that as this half transpires. He's not going to get the usual sight lines that he'd be expecting on his mid responsibilities.
Yeah, you can't spot Cat. It's going to make these short takes a lot spicier right now as Team Liquid. The way that they are opting to clear Dark again, get the mid control, come in through lower tunnels, and then clear it out together. So it's quite clear how the protocols have changed here.
Yeah, they've given it some good thought, and it's working so far. Re-smoking the Hinge. Now, Hades, this is more familiar to him. If they were to drop it, the flash could catch him here. And will tuck in. Has the support of Snappy. Clearing up Cat. Not going to be ideal for Hades if he doesn't tuck into the site. He wants to get that deep nade down, and it does just chip a little further away at the Liquid health pool. First buy round out of Ents, though. This is where they're going to be looking to get to their feet.
30 seconds left, and this is perfect from Liquid. They've kept them in the 3-2 stance right now. If they clamp down on the mid to B, it will just be 2 players they have to get through.
All right, game time. Hades can't do anything. It's down to Snappy to take a couple of engagements early here. Turns the flash. There's so many targets, and the spacing's beautiful. He had no opportunity to find more than one.
That should be it. There should be no way in right now for Ents. They've lost their B defender. It needs to be a save call right now. That seemed very simple, didn't it? It's basically Team Liquid going through their paces a little bit more just to make sure that they have that tunnels control. We saw how active it was early. Eventually, Ents having to evacuate right there. Liquid get the space. And by having that mid control and not allowing the CTs to rotate back and forth so freely to bolster the bomb sites, they set themselves up for the mid to B. They execute perfectly, and all it takes is one trade. They just lose a Liege as part of this, and you consider the bounce back. The previous round, they lost all their guns. Now, they're even starting to hunt here.
Yeah, it didn't take long, did it? But you've seen, you know, a combination of different nades that are... Oh, damn. Doto is very vulnerable. Tucks in as tight as he can. Don't think he'll be going down, but threatening nonetheless. But yeah, you know, you've seen Alicia's deep molly towards that door, straight out of spawn. You then have the hinge smoke they're throwing from the back of long doors. In terms of taking early control of those tons or having those aggressive setups, Liquid do seem to have you covered, and double orb is the answer. D has whipping one out early, yet to frag. I could say that for 3 members of Ents. They have been kept silent. And a different setup once again, sending the orb dispatched early towards B. Might be able to catch someone posting up if Spinks is brave, and he is! Ooh, Stewie just shy of the mark, but that will force early utility out of our B defenders.
Just continues to throw this team into question. Who's in-game leading? Who's AWPing? Well, apparently Stewie's doing the latter now. Hades peering in from Cat, drops a defensive Molotov, is going to back on off. And again, the control taken for Team Liquid here. This change has just meant nothing's for free, but a couple of easy, cheeky ways to get that territory back in their hands. And it's just default posturing here. That's all this is. Right? There's no aggressive maneuvers from ENCE that are finding them kills. They do go looking, but they're being pushed on back. So this is by the book, and there was a chance. Stewie opens up the account.
Yeah, Diha, his AWP does not even get to pull the trigger. Stewie ensures that's the case, and Fallen's caught snappy off with the spray straight through the doors. Oh, Ents are already in that similar scenario they found themselves in before. Make a play or save, and here's the play. Doto, immediate flank, he's got a good timing on this. All the backs are turned, they slip through the tons, Stewie's going to be exposed. And Elige, the trade, is he coming in for it immediately? Doto's disappeared, it's up to Spinks now, and he's got a lot on his plate. Good find on the first, there's more to come, and he holds the line so strong. Fallen running out of weapons, and that's 3 from Spinks. He has 1 HP to spare, but what a response. 3 versus 5, and up to Elige to mop it up. Can he finish what his teammates started? The AWP, surely.
Good molly.
Great molly, but the AWP, he's got it on lock. Didn't consider it. Hades does succeed, and so do Ents. First on the board. There you have it. The CTs posting a solid conversion. That was the same start that Liquid have been throwing, but Ents find an answer.
Yeah, and you're right there with that Doto push. That was the answer right there, because getting the kill onto Stewie thrust them faster in towards B. They're on a timer. They don't think they're able to go back through at any point. They go into Spinks, and you're right. I don't know what happened to Fallen's gun right there, but he found himself with a Glock to take that fight. So all in all, having a rough go of things here, but Liquid have enough to get a buy. Elige down to a Deagle, the rest with the AKs, and now Fallen has that AWP back into his hands. Very quick maneuver now in towards lower dark, just securing this territory one more time. The bomb is a little bit of a drama right now. It is on Stewie. He is on the island towards the back of long on his lonesome here. Fortunately, there's no aggression, there's no maneuvers. That's very telling right now that Stewie will have to regroup with the pack, and Spinks here. Ooh, warning shot fired. Grim's going to get away with his life there. Very lucky to do so. More util dumped, but much of a muchness. The spread continues, and short control taken this time round. If we take a quick little recount here of what utility is available here for Liquid, they have 3 smokes, 2 mollies, and a couple of flashes. If they want to take this short control, they can go for a standard A set piece.
Haven't really seen them need A just yet. Spinks, however, did just post Ence's first by virtue of a 3-man B defense. So as discussed, it does look like the first letter of the alphabet will be the object of their affection. The same smokes though.
This is the mid to B.
This is a mid to B smoke.
Stewie's out with the bomb as well here.
Okay. Diha looking to find his voice. They come. The flash is great. Looking the wrong way. Kept honest. Humbled him quickly. The B site's open for business, Chad. Unless those had connected lethally. Stewie's going to plant, and this one likely over.
This is so reserved here from Liquid in terms of not giving anything away, and the pace, right? I thought we were going to get quite the contrast here, quite a biffy game where they were going to go at each other, be at each other's throats, aggressive CT maneuvers, the Ts going for the long takes. We haven't seen any of that just yet. They haven't been going out long doors. They haven't been doing that standard play. They are just rocking classic Dust2. Get the map territory, decide where you want to execute, and as you mentioned, the A bomb site, it's not even a place where any of these defenders are getting action. What are they meant to do? You're sitting, you're holding long, you're watching short, you sit back until about 30 seconds, the execute comes in, and then both kills happen and the round's over. Like, that's it. 5-1. This is looking fantastic for Liquid here. Bomb is going to go off.
And that's twice also, if you can roll your mind back. Snappy's POV when he was trying to defend against that, and then you cut to Deha. They've tried similar maneuvers, a flash from the B site, flashing him in to that mid fight, but every time Liquid spacing hasn't been a problem. They get one and they're done, and then the B site's open for business.
Normally one of the keys that you want here when you're a CT team and you're defending against a mid to B is you want your link player, which is your CT spawn player, right? Is to be able to try and chip on in, do some damage, spam through the smoke, throw a couple of flashes. Right now, it's just 2 B defenders trying to deal with 5 players either coming from tunnels or out the mid doors. Now, you can see tactical timeout taken here because there's a lot to discuss. This is not the way that you want a mid to B defense to be going. You are being played right now by Liquid. You're being forced to be statues. The information you're trying to get early doesn't net you anything. You might need to see Ents go for more aggressive stances across the map for longer, just to hold on to territory, or re-aggression to take back some space, because sure, it looks good early, but then as soon as Liquid have bled that minute off the clock, that minute and 20 seconds, Ents are in the dark. And you hear us talk about Inferno, a map where you need some map control. Well, you need a little bit of early information if you're Ents here too. Otherwise, they're just going to continue to execute on you like that. So saved guns, going to help. Here's an aggressive maneuver. Going to see that smoke be dribbled on through. Spinx is going to boost Hades up over the box, and they're looking for something. They know they need to find an opening here, but Liquid aren't obliging. They're not giving them anything. That's cool. We can wait. We're not in a rush.
Yeah, no issue. Double flash to clear it. Ooh, the preemptive spray does connect a little. Chips away at Stewie, and Hades is not giving up control just yet. The Xbox jump up. Oh, he's got so many barreling towards him. He's got to get this right.
Spaded him in.
Yeah,
Oh,
the barrel
no.
from Fallen pulls him in, and Stewie greedy. Oh, the flash is perfect.
Huge entry.
Look at the way he moves. Baits the shot, takes the frag, and a lot of pressure now on the A defense. You can see the rotate is very swift. We've got 3 members of Ents sprinting towards the assistance, but that's not necessarily the commitment. I think they realize they may have slipped up a little there. They do quickly try and spring back to the B defense in case. Now we do see the Vanguard wall. Flash and go, is it? It's Stewie. Oh, trying to get himself down CT. They were blinded completely. They don't have the info. Snappy could have been flanked, but he's got the rotate on lock here, Stu. 2. Oh, and a great headshot as well, doing it all for the squad. It's just another. Lingering in the smoke is Deha, needs a fresh mag, baits it out with the cancel. And Liquid will make it 6. This is a brilliant T-start.
This is fantastic. This is great, right? The little maneuvers right there. Hades did exactly what I said they needed to do. Hold on to a little bit more space, a little bit more information. But Stewie, with a baller move right there to get that kill, you could see that thirst, the bloodlust. He knew he had Hades against the rope, charges him down, gets the opening, and then he even denies that full rotation. So a great round from Stewie.
I know we're guilty of sometimes giving players more credit, but Fallen's barrel into Stewie crab walking in and getting the off angle on the AWP, it looked
intentional.
Perfect, didn't it? Yeah, it looked
intentional.
Sell it. I can tell you it was. Only they will know. But it's not like it's not a likelihood that in a full buy there's an AWP posted up short. So they've definitely done their homework.
This is a bit of a half investment right here from Ents. You got 2 scouts, you got a couple of deagles, max loss bonus in play, and Liquid, now they've taken long control. So showing depth here in the playbook, but with standard stuff, it is Dust2. It's hard to see too much outside of the box, and we've already seen outside of the box here from Liquid in their approach.
Scout the AWP. And he succeeds. That's a big frag to find.
Oh, okay. Cheeky Deha there. He's just knocked that AWP deep in towards back of pit. So if you're Liquid and you want to get your hands on it, you're going to have to jump like this. And the flash to avoid. So Alicia's in. But oh my god, Alicia!
That was Snappy! On to Snappy! Whoa! He's been doing his warm-ups.
Yeah, that's all the aim labs he's been talking about right there.
Bloody hell. The scout, though, it posted 1.
You sure you want to go again, Deha?
He fancies it. That's a well-timed nade. He does need to build upon it. His teammates are dropping like flies. And takes a little bit of a chunk out of NAF, but yeah, this just falls into place for Liquid.
This is the map pool of Ents really being tested. Spinx is going to give it another go. That's a shot and a half.
Oh.
Second, not to be the case. Stewie survives.
And another prime example of the Deagle nerf, perhaps. 2 HP left on Stewie. The bullet's connecting to the center of mass, just shy of the mark. And we will get to see Ents now fully equipped, looking to try and change this now, because it's getting out of control.
And there's in a lot of these rounds they haven't been in contention. Here's that shot. Bang! Ouch. That one right there. Long range from Elige.
Up until he clicked it, I thought he was vulnerable.
Yeah?
You know,
Yeah.
he's the one that's on the back foot. Clearly not in his book.
Hold up a second. There we go. Hades finding an opening. They're into lower fast.
2 opening deaths from Fallen. This one's going to cost them, though, because the whole round just ended. Aggression. Successful. Mission complete. Wow, you don't get quicker rounds than that. Ents can smile about that.
Yeah, they made that quick, and they've actually started to whittle away at this economy here with a 7-1 scoreline, now 7-2. You wouldn't be expecting that to be the case here, but Naf and Stu have some questions as far as their buys are going to go. AKs can come out. Galil's, if they would prefer the util. Fallen can get the AWP back in his hands, but that was another aggressive CT maneuver right there. And this time, it was actually finding something, right? Previously, it's been that slower approach from Liquid. So we might see them go back to that. Might see them just go back to that very, very slow, methodical map control.
Not going to be slow from these two. Look at them. Charging into Grim. They know he plays it passive, and they're going to seize that map control immediately.
If we could go to Elige quickly here. Oh, he's just moved. Never mind. So he's just thrown that smoke. You've just seen it land towards Hinge. I think Zio was the first one I saw throwing this, right? So that smoke right there is what facilitates this mid control.
There's a mix-up. Doto will smoke to block off the potential space.
And the catwalk smoke too. So this is good. It's buying time right now. Ents are adjusting here. And the half's not done yet, right? The scoreline 7-2 in favor of Team Liquid. Ents can still pull this back and have it somewhat respectable. And this aggressive stance, the posturing right now from Ents is going to make things jarring for Grim.
All of this util that they're throwing is stopping Grim have assistance for this clear.
This is very difficult.
Oh, wow. Very well handled.
Not difficult at all, apparently.
Nope. Looked good. Very nice.
Lots of new protocols as far as the clears towards tunnels go there, and Grim, he's passing the test here. He's going to get an A from the teacher.
And not flustered by the fact that Stewie wasn't applying pressure from the lower tons as he typically could and would.
This might just be the A set piece this time. They could feign the mid to B, and then they can hit over towards that A site. The B bomb site has just been so susceptible. They will have to cheat the rotation. They are. Snappy's there. He's calling it clear.
Oh, it's perfect. And now it's only one man on the site. They've bought this perfectly. Dropping CT for good measure, but it's all on the AWPer. He will be swung on. Stewie delayed, but not for long. Down he goes. Doto delivers. The A defense perhaps has got enough. That bomb carrier's low. Looking to tuck him in lower. Now down, running out of time. Fallen looking the wrong way. It should be denied. It will be denied. He's got nothing left. And there you have it. Ents, despite gobbling up the fake, the individuals on the site passed the test. It's Doto and Hades that defend.
It was crazy brave there from Snappy as well. He knew that he needed to cheat over and help out that B bomb site, but as the mid to B smokes are dropping, he's run across the massive cavern of mid, and he hasn't seen them coming. So at that point, right, if they were there, he was dead, and the round was probably done. That risky maneuver netted them the information. It put them on high alert towards that A bomb site, and they were able to defend. And the positive note here is they've already broken Liquid. So this right now should be the fourth for Ents. They're having a chance to rebuild, to recover. There's that boost again, spotted out by Stewie. Not going to go for the double dip on it. It's been called. Snappy, erratic spray top mid. More peppering, but be careful now. It is just a couple of Glocks of P250 and the dig. This should be Ence's rounds here. And if you are the international squad, you're going to want to lock this one down. First of all, don't allow a plant. And make sure you're not dropping too many bodies whatsoever here. Stewie's going fishing with the scout. I'm going to look through those mid doors, and yeah, the pace from Liquid here, you can see they're in no rush today. No rush whatsoever. You don't want to find yourself 0-2. And let me give you the hot tip. A 1-1, much more manageable here. They'll get another best of 1 going into tomorrow. Loser of this, however, will find themselves in the 0-2 group and straight into the best of 3s.
Yeah, and having to win 3 best of 3s back to back as the opponents likely get gradually harder and harder.
Just pulling out this CT util right now. Team Liquid, they've been able to thrust off the majority of it from Ents here. Just going to leave them with a molly, a couple of flashes of HE. So they bled through that quite nicely, but they will need to make a commit. They need this loss bonus. 2,400 into the next.
Could be a good opportunity for D-Head to farm some confidence here.
Ooh, okay. There should be a plant possible here now.
That's if Hades misses. Oh, never mind misses. He's caught a bullet. Never mind just that. The bomb's now going down, and there's dinks being exchanged. Doto, vulnerable, stands his ground. The punish, oof, just shy of the mark. And Naf doesn't have many more opportunities. They're closing the gap. He's looking for one more and finds it. Well, Liquid, you get a lot out of that. Very little invested. They'll recover their AWP, at least an AK and an AWP, not a bad package to recover. But 3 bodies down, a bomb down, no complaints.
That's a great round. That is a really, really good round, all things considered right there. So Liquid making a lot of a little, but this was the similar scenes earlier when Ents had the round where it was the 2-on-4 off of their eco. You know, same situation. Liquid know they've done the damage, they got the plant, they're happy with that, and Ents are happy just to get away with the round. Let's see how close we can make this one here. The full buy is coming back on through.
I wonder if we're going to go back to regular Liquid programming. We saw just how punishing they were on those initial mid to Bs. Take the early space. Considering it. Again, it's Fallen who's been caught out a couple of times on those fights with Hades.
That's a deep suicide smoke. Looks like it's just been dropped on out. So a couple of things in question. This was the smoke I wanted to highlight for all y'all at home. That's the Americans. That's why I gave y'all y'all.
Howdy.
They have dark control early here, so Elige might not need to throw it this time, right? That's the bit of a different stance early. Usually they struggle to get this lined up. Here you go. This one's going to be pixel perfect to land on that hinge. Jump throw.
Jump throw.
And it's going to land on the bounce directly onto the hinge right there. So perfect stuff. And back to the regular programming, as you put it. Just alleviates so much pressure here, being able to do it like that, because you've seen also AWPers getting ready to pull the trigger once they hear that ping getting pulled. So adaptations, short control taken under the pump right now, Ents, and they've gamble stacked 3 players towards B. Likes of Spinks over here.
Util from Grim is only going to encourage you and incite you further. There's your confirmation that you're in the right place. You're getting the mid to B smoke thrown, but also a little mix up on the A. Hades gonna have to do a lot with this. Stu, he loves jumping down.
He's talking a lot as well here, Stu.
More utility.
There's the one way.
Gonna peek through it. Hades turns the flashes. He is gonna still be relevant. More flashes, but that's the miss. They have the sight. Spotted a glimpse of the floppy beanie of the CT's bomb now planted short side.
Oh, and a kill as well. There's no utility here to hold off this post plant. They need to lock this down with kills, and Fallen almost onto the second there. Gets away with his life.
Just. And he even pulls Snappy's hunt out. Ents are running out of players now. 2 on long side to contest. Hades looks like he's receding.
Not another save.
It might have to be.
They just can never put their dugs in the right place here. They gamble stacked over towards B. They were calling the bluff of Liquid there to go back into that same play, and it looks to me like Grim's going to lock the door on B.
Liquid definitely look like the puppet master right now. Like, they are pulling Ents around this map.
They're hunting this. They want this rifle from Spinks here.
Oh, a 4v1. Good luck, mate. Does convert his spray, but exposed to the AWP. Fallen getting away with that. That's 3 kills from him. And not only that, he's just making majority of the calls. We saw Stewie's mouth moving an awful lot, but he holds that mid-rotate, and we know how potent an AWP is at controlling that B rotation to CT.
Doesn't it just feel like they have way too much room, though? Like, they're not being pestered at all. And the only way that we've seen Ents be able to pester them is with aggressive maneuvers out the gate, which is beaten by time. Patience being the virtue right now for Liquid. So maybe, I don't know what the gear shift can be for Ents, because we're running out of rounds here. Round 13 underway. The buyback in. Fallen's long peek in the flames, and the shot just awry right there. Snappy will survive this one. And here we go. Short aggression. 2 players crawling on up. Going to boost to cover off the lower dark position. Also close mid doors is D-Hut. Spinks again, the lone B defender. How long can they apply this stance here? Dodo has a bit of utility. That's going to help them if they do feel pressure towards short. He can drop it so they can get away, and the Stewie maneuver that we had earlier can't just run them on down. See the hinge smoke in the sky again. Landing on the door, flashes over mid, control taken. They take their pot shot, they drop all the way back, and again, it's not jarring.
Takes a couple of flashes.
That's it. They don't even see any bodies right now. Ents are scampering all the way back. This time, Hades has stayed close. He's up on the 50 pick here. But they're turning their attention back towards long.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see when Stewie takes contact. He's trying to feign it now. Forces Hades off with the util alone, and this is a headshot angle. Nice find from Snappy. He's flashed and hunted, but Naf does not convert. He's loud about this. Team flash. Nice find. Doto sets his teammate up for success, and they're deterred with the bomb lost. This one does fall apart. Ents have recovered. They take to their feet, stabilize nicely, and Stewie can't get anything done.
Interesting with Elige going for the pick there before the flash, because you could see the intention of that flash. It was almost exactly for that position right there. So Elige giving his life up, and things definitely spiraled out of control, because up until that point it looked perfect. Hades was the only player that looked like he was going to be able to cause an issue, but Stewie even mollied him out of that line. So everything was going well for Liquid up until that first fight, and then it just came one at a time, and Ents convert. Snappy, the in-game leader, standing up here with a couple of nice ones. You can see it's not hard for him. He's not feeling overwhelmed, not having to take multiple duels.
Here's a duel for you. Multiple duels up the map. Naf and Elige both fall at the hands, and this is another one of those rounds. Ents, when they do take a gun round, they take it in the first 30 seconds. Stewie's trying to flip the script. Good luck, have fun. It's a Deagle up against Doto. You think he heard the retreat, and Doto happy to play the numbers advantage.
Look
Grim
at this nonsense.
is going to turn it around. What is going on here? Snappy was in their spawn.
This gets interesting
It does get interesting now, despite the early disadvantage.
It looked like it was over. This is an important round as well, because there's not a whole lot of Liquid cash left over here. So they do find themselves in this 2-on-3 situation. Double AWPs retained. The lone AK-47 on the B bomb site for Dodo. It feels perfectly placed for this. You've got the swingman of Hades who can chip in to help here as well. They can throw smoke doors from tunnels, but then they're going to have to win the fight. Looks like they're opting to go through lower dark here, and with 50 seconds left, they have plenty of time to still make up their mind, Team Liquid.
Hades will get some info on this. And a frag. Bloodshed. Stewie gone. Heavy indicator. He gets the information, but Hades does not mess those up. Ents are recovering nicely. Hades is a big component of that, and we've got 6-8. Final round of our first half here, best of one. Both teams already down in the dumps with a 0-1 start.
I think this was a 7-1 start, so Team Liquid, the lead quickly evaporating here, and it is likely to be 8-7. One round in it at the half here, because you can see the buy. It's just going to be pistols, Deagles, Tech9, Scout in play. Not a whole lot to work with here, and there's a stack. Diha on to Fallen. He has given away a couple of those deaths towards Death Alley.
Apt.
Yeah, this here is looking great for Ents. They've just stayed calm. They didn't get flustered. They didn't panic. They've been able to stick to their game plan. Those pushes did start to pay on off, and now they just need to convert this. Don't trip over here when it is just the pistols on the other side of things. Turning their attention back to what might be another B split. That's where Liquid have found some success here.
They're hoping for a fight here. Not being given. CT smoke is not going to let them unless they want to walk on through it. Hades will have a vision over if he maneuvers correctly. Oh, that's ballsy. He's burning. Oh, flashed and burning. Horrible place to be. The Tech9 stray bullets don't connect, but here comes Liquid. B site. It's worked for them before, and it could work again. Just Desert Eagles, and they're in. A weapon recovered. Stewie, no slouch on the AWP jab. A double from Grim to open the door. And now the two of them.
Boosting.
That's so good. Hidden. Peeks in. Hades caught. Wasn't ready for that, but Doto delivers the trade. Hot potato with the AWP. Pressure from tunnels. He knows where they're coming from. Head on a swivel. Missed shot. Running out of chances. Doto trying to play games, and Grim's running out of health. Gap is closed, and Snappy relentless with his bullets there. Did not let Grim get comfortable.
That was a great idea there from Team Liquid. Thinking on their feet, that boost was great. Really making a round of that with just those pistols in play. So good stuff to keep it threatening there, but regardless, we do end the half 8-7 in favor of Liquid. As close as you like right here.
And Ents have got to be happy with that. The way it started, just the back of one timeout. I think they pulled one out. We saw Saw involved in one 30-second window. And they have managed to resolve it. And I mean, we can't really be too surprised of how good of a start Liquid had, considering the amount of new things Ents were being thrown their way.
Yeah, just like as you mentioned, we saw the mid-door Molotov. There's Joker Steve, the manager turned coach, in lieu of Adren not being here. He's having a baby, so congratulations to Adren back there in
I was wondering about that. Wow,
yeah.
Congrats.
But yeah, here we go. Let's see. What's it look going to be on the CT side here from Team Liquid? It's quite clear they understand the dynamic of the map now. Let's see how they can apply their trade. Flashes towards long. Two players here. D-Hawk getting some shots out early. The pressure is applied.
It's a full 5-man commit. Oh, and they do round the corner in time. Boost? Not happening. Not happening at
beast.
all, yeah. Okay, could be caught out here. Very much so. A back turn. Elise is trying to claw it back, and he has. At least into a 4v4. Bomb planted for Plateau. 3 swiftly returning to the site now, and Fulham still got util for this. Whoa, Spinks caught in the open. He was flustered by CT, and the frags keep coming for Liquid. Doto's got a great weapon to knock him off this defuse, but there's a smoke. You'd better have your lineups right. It looks like they're solving the mystery now, and already as the defuse begins, this would be impressive with the Glock at this range.
Can't get the
5
angle.
4 seconds.
Just
He can't get the angle. Naf and Stewie corralling him away. He's hit the great shots, but there goes the defuse. And there goes the pistol.
Okay, nice stuff there from Liquid on that retake. And just to talk through some of the sense there of that Ents strategy, to throwing the mid to B smoke, right, and going out long. I've seen a lot of teams here ever since the update of the map playing heavy mid, like pushing up mid on the CT side, right? So right there, if you're playing a heavy mid setup and you're rotating back across, even if you're pushing tunnels, you're not going to be able to get that vision. You have to go in through CT. It might deny enough time, and that was enough to get Ents across in towards the site. But yeah, Spinks caught off guard. Just the quickness here of the retake up short was the difference maker. But look at this Ents buy. 2 AKs, a Galil, a Scout, a Deagle. It's looking pretty tidy here.
The patience on Diha. He knew Elige was looking for answers, and, well, he does cop a bit of damage. Liquid with a heavy, long lean. And despite their shortcomings and not converting that pistol, a bomb plant's gone pretty damn far.
Yeah, you look at the buys on both teams. Both have scouts. You know, both have a couple of rifles in the mix. We got the budget rifle of the Famis over there for Stu. The same for Diha on the other side. 2 M4s. We compare that to Hades and Spinks AK-47s, and then Grim on an MP9, and Doto finding himself on a Deagle, and they're turning themselves towards this MP9 towards long. Perfect position for a couple of kills here, Grim.
Elige has just fallen away. It does leave Grim on a bit of an island here in the incendiary. They'll go through it. He better be ready. Looking a little shy of the mark there, and Fallen Scout again chipping away. Diha and Spinks with a limp. Big problems for Liquid here. There is still a component in short. It's Dota's Deeg. And just like that, the bodies drop. Only really Stewie to voice concerns, and he's done well for the first, but that will be it. And they know where you are, Naf, but he's already fought valiantly. A double, puts the bomb loose, buys time for his rotate up short. They're going to have to juggle some weapons and work this one out. The bomb to be planted. He's going long side.
Oh, Naf's the type of guy to go for this as well here. He might catch him with the timing. Both of them moving towards top site now.
They just tucked in. You might catch him. Oh, and there goes Diha. A one-on-one. Naf looking to clutch up 1v4. It's a headshot angle just held on to by Doto. Damn, Ents will take the second round. Doesn't matter about the lost pistol now. It's Liquid on the back foot.
Oof, cool as a cucumber there, Dodo. We've been talking about him in the clutch here for this Ents roster and picking up a big one. I think that kill obviously secures them the round, but the other one that was important was silencing Elige on the site. That fight that he took walking on in, you saw Stewie noisy up CT spawn throwing nades. Doto, he wasn't discouraged or disparaged by that. This is the kill. This shot right here is huge. That is massive. I cannot stress enough how massive that kill is here. Things, yeah, they get out of control for a second there, but they cover it. And Team Liquid are into the force by now and losing bodies straight away. Dodo and Spinks chime in for 2.
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed. This is going to be changing the tide right now.
Yeah.
Ents are going to force Liquid down to an eco.
And they're already weighing up their options. I mean, do we stand and fight 3 versus 5? Make these scouts count. Some chunks have been connected. Spinks and Doto juggling some weapons and more contact found. These scouts are starting to be pesky.
Do they continue forward with this? They're using the smoke while they're creeping up.
You got to be brave, despite all those bullets connecting, to continue to go for this. Elige has got Deagle and already taken down the head of Hades. Stewie continues. Just the scouts. Can they do anything more? Diha and Doto within that one shot, and already another connects. Diha on the ramp goes down. Some scout action all over the shop. He gets the info on the bomb carrier. He knows where they both are. Stewie looking to be stylish as ever.
Oh, this is
and
so
that's
quick.
A chance. It was a real opportunity. Oh! Quick as well on the second. Okay, smoke. He could defuse. 10 seconds, though. It's unlikely.
Calling the bluff.
He's going for it. Doto expecting the swing.
He's just calling the
5,
bluff.
4. Stewie teaching us how to count. He's looking away from his screen. The full defuse. And we return to Liquid's winning ways. What a recovery.
What was that shot from Stewie? Dodo was hitting a couple of bangers himself there, but Stewie just outdoes him on the scout.
Oh, God, he missed the sitter and hits the quickie.
Jeez, the shots there that Dodo hit. Think about that. Elige gets the first one from topside. Then Dodo gets the trade. Immediately there, Stewie gets one through the smoke, and then he's able to hit that shot onto Snappy in a 1-on-2 situation on the retake.
Damn, Stu.
The force by wars are going to continue here, and it doesn't look like the standard force by wars. A lot of rifles out to play. Jeez, okay. Well, we want more of this. The retakes. That's not the Counter-Strike we're used to.
Oh, and there's a quick double peek out of a Liquid. Hades were unable to pick an option.
I think he was trying to make advantage of that missed Molotov right there, but punished for it. Oh, this is quick. And that was quick from Elige, ready for it. So this one here just petering out right now. Ents going to find themselves in a 3-on-5, but that's where Liquid found themselves in the last round and they converted.
The war is over.
I think so.
Unless Deher can deliver some more scout magic. Follow Stewie's lead. Elige, he is susceptible to a scout on that car position. And he's still hitting headshots, does go down after finding one.
Yeah, surely they got this one covered now. 55 seconds left. Like, they know where they are. The bombs loose. Pivoting in. Fallen gets one, and the low HP of Deher, 42 points of health. A Glock and a scout. I don't think so, my friend.
It's not the weapon for the job, is it? Just leap out of the smoke, hoping to catch him unawares. Not to be. And wow, Liquid, it looked so bleak as we saw them heading into that one with just the Deagles and the Scouts.
That's crazy. They lost those 2 kills along immediately. Remember, Doto and Spinks walked out and got both those kills. That is crazy that Stewie was able to pull that off. So a clutch in their favor here. You can see there, yeah, just Hades trying to play around that Molotov. Another great kill. And I think Elige even gets a third as part of this. So a good round from Elige. And it's not the full eco. We know Snappy loves a force spy, right? He hasn't gone all in. He's just going to get himself a scout to keep this one as honest as possible here against the Liquid boys. And they've opted for a pretty default spread here. 2 towards B, early the float man in CT spawn, and 2 locking down A, the anchor of Grim. And just having a bit of a chat. Hades at spawn. They've only got some Glocks in play here, so this is the type of round where you take it slow. You milk out that utility, you force the CTs into the rebuys in the next, and maybe, just maybe, you can get a bomb plan out of things.
Yeah, B isn't a bad place to try and get that bomb down.
There's a decent duel for the scout here, you know?
He's hit it. Naf will surely be cowering. He does stay and to stand his ground. He's got a lot on his plate. This reactive smoke from his teammate will buy time. Stewie saves that B site for another 20 seconds or so.
The thing is, you may as well just wait out the smoke and give that another crack. Because if Naf's hung around, you know he's low. Even the Glocks could pepper him from that distance. And Stewie, he's the one who's filled that position. Hades has actually started to go back.
And Snappy deciding he's going to try and sell this. Using his low HP as just a bit of a decoy. Pulls more utility out at the bare minimum.
Well, they could throw a flash or a smoke and it will hit him right now and he'll die. So let's have that happen. That'd be fun to see.
First one of the major.
I wonder if one of those has ever happened at a major before.
Kill. Well, there's another option. Bit of a warning shot across the bow. Stewie, though, unfazed, undaunted. Nothing more to say about that. And a nice stylish click onto Doto. Locks it down. Liquid do post 12. And after finding that second round force buy, Liquid return to their winning ways. That's 3 consecutive off the back of Stewie's magic.
That's the type of rounds you want from Stu, right? Those flary rounds. It's going to get the team going as well there. Are we seeing a similar round again here? It looks like discussion is being had. The 3rd timeout called for Ents now, and Snappy buying in with a scout, so he's full purchased right now. And if you take a look at the left-hand side of your screen here, you can see 4.3 on Deher, and that's roughly what everybody's working with. It's 4.35 to 4.4. That's going to get you AK-47s and util. Now, this was an easy mop-up over towards the B bomb site, so we can just turn our discussions here to the gun round. They're going to be lacking here as far as utility goes, Ents. They're not going to have some Molotovs to work with. You can see everybody opting for smokes and flashes instead. So this is a pretty light on gun round here. As far as long spawns go, Snappy has the first. I think he's probably just going to drop down to suicide there and take a shot mid doors. He is. So this one here, it shouldn't have too much pep in the step.
Grim's deliberately gone MP9. Wonder if that's going to be resembling in his movements.
Well, he's passive long at the moment here. It's not fantastic to use from this range. That's a nice nade on the the toes of Doto there, chipped down to 64. No aggressive CT maneuvers out of Team Liquid here. They're just operating like Dust2 never changed. But without the Molotovs here, if you see a lot of teams on Dust2, once they get the lower control, they'll limp that Molotov over the doors. That helps out clear anybody close. You know, if you want to get an AWP off a line towards short, that's always good to drop. When you take the A-bomb site with an execute, you want to be able to Molotov maybe Goose, site, the ramp. So no Molotovs here is going to make whatever execute they go for extremely difficult.
Yeah, it's going to come down to headshots. See what they can find. It's Elige. Oh, just as he emerges, Doto will profit. And pressure now onto Fallen. He's revealed himself. Spotted out. Intention is to commit to this.
Fallen needs to be so careful here.
What a brave maneuver!
Oh
He
my
stands
God.
and delivers. Fallen knocks 3 on their ass. Or at least 2.5. Snappy is just about alive. Not for much longer. Stewie finishes what Fallen started, and this one resting on the shoulders of Spinks and Doto. Detached from the pack, and they'll collect.
That was so brave from Fallen there, just to run across. Alicia's dead without anything. Like, we didn't even put up a fight. Like, Alicia's just caught in no man's land. Fallen has just stepped out into the fight when Doto's already crossed to Gandalf and gotten 2 massive kills. What the hell was that? How does he get away with that? Like, he shouldn't be able to get away. He should be traded here. Like, all the space Doto has towards the site there. The braveness of Fallen just winning the round. Obviously, some magical shots too, but all right, well. Ents now, this one's starting to become a bit of a drama.
They're not going to get many more chances. You know, I mean, when we talk about best of ones, it is, you know, a battle of who can make the fewer errors. Well, I think Liquid definitely are that team at the moment.
Doto's been great in terms of finding the headshots. He's been extremely sharp here on this T side, finding a lot of kills, finding not enough impact to convert the rounds, though. I think he's been doing enough to set his teammates up. They just haven't been able to convert.
I mean, we talked about it. His Deagle headshot got them their second round. That is the second round of our second half. But since then, it's been silence. Gag order issued by Liquid, and here they come.
Nice execute.
Naf's got vision. Does delete Spinks. He's got backup to re-peek, and they're just going to keep barraging nades over. He has all the time in the world to collect those frags. Stewie hands out the double. And D has last on the naughty list. Okay, 14. So Ence's chances now really are dwindling. You will have a couple more. Hades whips out his T-side AWP. We'll get to see how far that one gets him. And there's a smile sneaking onto Stewie's face. He's been quite stalwart, and I understand why. I think a lot of the sentiment in the challenger stage was just don't underestimate anyone at any point.
Yeah, well, just to remind everybody, they kicked off the day by losing to Entropic on Vertigo. So
There's an example.
yeah, this is going to be nice to see them turn things around here. But out long we go.
Oh, Diha. Hard pressed to tuck into that blue bin. Yeah, he's been booked, and this one's already looking bleak. Spinks not long either for this long take. Caught out on the retreat, and Liquid, they were right to have those bodies there. Laughing at him. That double doesn't get much easier for Grim.
Nah, that was beautiful stuff. And that one comes easy for Fallen too. One man survives. Snappy, a 1-on-5 situation. The bomb on his back, the AK in his hands, but I don't think this one's going anywhere. Stepping on in. Grim is ready, but Snappy was quick for an old boy. That's a kill, but 9 HP, hemorrhaging right now. I don't think he's getting many more. Look at this. We've already got the push towards backyard. Naf hot on his trail.
Still, he's got him. And so, a real handful, more than just a handful. A couple of extra fingers thrown in there of map points.
Yeah, and you can see the cash right now. So AKs or Galils, that's the best you're going to get right now out of Ents. There won't be an AWP in play for Hades. To get that util I was talking about earlier, they will have to go with the emissions of the Galil. You'll see 5 across the board. And there is a chance for them to extend play here, but Team Liquid are poised right now to take this map, and in style. It's good to see one of the North American teams putting up more than a fight. Team Liquid here to play. Slower this time round. Ents not going with the all-in long, but they want to return late, and they've been able to find Grim out.
Oh, look at the combination of that. You come in green
Oh,
screen.
my
Oh,
Lord.
it's such a brutal way to go down.
Pack it up, Alex.
Do you see how deep that smoke was and how calculated the incendiary was? You're coming through grey screen. You either have to just sit there and respect it or charge through it. And Grim just laughs all the way to the bank. Triple kill, as easy as the previous double.
Yeah, this one here, it's not going to happen, Stewie. Pushed
Oh.
all the way in towards T-spawn already here. No matter what you throw, no matter what you do, I think this one is done. Throw in the towel. Ents have just been absolutely brutalized here.
And Liquid really have shaken off that Entropic loss. This is looking threatening.
They don't have the bomb. They don't have anything right now, Ents, to operate with. They just need to hope for a miracle here. Liquid slowly clawing in behind them. Here comes Stu.
And taps away. Collects one and playing a hard game against Spink. 16-8. Team Liquid sail through the competition. Ents down in the dumps. This is a 0-2. Best of threes are next on the menu for Ents.
Maybe they get EG next, though. So you look,
Okay.
there's everybody hoping, and as they lose, that they're going to get up against EG, because that should be almost a guaranteed win for everybody right now. But I think